his creation. He probably knew every square foot of this theater like the back of his hand.
David Belasco, are you here?
I had a little dowsing moment where, up on a kind of a catwalk, the dowsing rods came apart. The theory behind dowsing is that when you walk past a spot where there's some kind of paranormal activity, the copper rods will react. Let me move forward again. I'm keeping pretty steady here.
Yeah.
I'm even closing my eyes, sort of, a little bit. When I was walking across this plank, I actually did. It seemed like that they were moving on me, and I was really trying not to have them move.
I'm getting consistent results here, but...
And it happened more than once. Whether it was just an actual, authentic indication where you found something or where your hand was just moving in a way that you couldn't detect, I can't know.
Oh, Mr. Belasco.
Bill wasn't too keen on going down to the basement, so I had to be the brave one. I finally convinced him to go down there, and it was creepy.
Here it goes, 66, 63, 56, 67, 49, 44, 52, 54, 49.
In a doorway into sort of a side of the basement, it went crazy again.
47, 44, 48, 46, 68, 75, 76, and it's stable.
That?
Did you feel something cold?
Did you feel that cool?
I think I did, but this thing supposedly doesn't lie, right?
Well, clearly something weird is going on down here.
Yeah. Let's get out of here.
Let's go. So now you're creeped out just like me, huh?
Creeped out.
A little creeped out.
We came back to Rich and Rob to present them with what we had come up with.
But I had two instances of anomalies when I was up there. And you were
So right away, Bill and Debbie start telling me how they had temperature readings going out of control. And as they're telling me the story, I picked up the thermometer that they were using.
Rob's got it in its hand. They went and got another identical unit. Rob's thing started jumping around again.
Temperature goes up and down between 40 degrees and 70 degrees.
I was a little freaked out at first. I mean, that's a natural reaction. But after watching it for a few minutes, and then putting another thermometer next to it, and then a third, we found out it was just malfunctioning. They had a faulty thermometer.
Next, the team simulates a near-death experience, looking for clues.
I know what it's like to be stuck in a coffin.
And later, is there a visitor from beyond popping up in these snapshots?
Real quick, here we go.
I tell you, I've never seen anything like it, and I have no idea how to explain it.
For the next part of our investigation, we want to explore whether there is any scientific or psychological explanations for near-death experiences or for so-called communications with the dead.
Rob and Bill are meeting with an expert on the physiology of the brain to find out if there is any basis for the idea that consciousness survives after the brain dies.
Debbie and I are going to the Chapel of Sacred Mirrors to meet with Diane Archangel. She's a researcher and well-respected author. Rich Dolan Sci-Fi Investigates. Nice to meet you.
She was clinically dead and came back. Now she's an expert on something called Afterlife encounters.
The doctors don't know why, but I simply stopped breathing after my hysterectomy. During my near-death experience, I saw God.
Now, was this something that you could see and you remember what it looked like?
I could see it. It's like they put me on a big wheel. It was the wheel of time. And as the wheel revolved, so did my life. And took it from birth all the way until that very moment of death. And I knew for certain that I had taken my last breath.
You were this close to going over. So what are your views on what is beyond?
I know without a doubt consciousness survives death. But from years and years of research, I have over 11,000 documented accounts of afterlife encounters.
Without physical evidence, this may not amount to proof of any sort. But of course you have to remember we're dealing with life beyond death. Diane uses a unique method of increasing the chances of having an afterlife encounter. It's based on the ancient Greek oracles, places where those seeking a connection would go to focus their energies. And for our investigation, she actually wanted us to build one. We had the wood. This goes right up here. We had the velvet.
An oracle is a really dark, small space, like a little room or a little closet. So why does there need to be a mirror in the oracle?
We don't know why exactly, but it seems like apparitions come to a reflective surface.
When I was putting it together, I kept wondering, will I really have an experience inside here? Well, this looks kind of done. It's dark.